Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. It was the scandal that took social media by storm, the infamous Coldplay kiss cam that caught CEO Andy Byron getting a little too close to someone who wasn't his wife. Now the internet's buzzing with one big question: can a relationship come back from that kind of public betrayal? Well, here to unpack it all for us is the potion for your emotion, Charlie Simpson from the Arkansas Relationship Counseling Center. Charlie, I feel like viral just isn't a big enough word to really describe this internet moment. What's happening?
It reminded me of that Allstate Mayhem kiss cam commercial. I don't know if you saw it, where the Mayhem guy was kissing the guy's wife and the husband burnt the house down. But this was like just crazy as far as just the exposure that it received. But you know, the number one thing is just like, can a couple recover from this type of moment? And you know, if they do, does it work, or is it something that they have to just throw in the towel and leave alone? So you know, that's the big question that I'll be talking through today.
Okay, and the public scrutiny of this couple.
You know, that's the number one thing that, you know, I've worked with couples with high profiles, and because of the public exposure, they have to stop the social media. You have to go get you a flip phone with no internet. You have to just turn your TV off, but you have to stay off social media because it's just a constant reminder of the hurt and the pain. In the very beginning of the healing process, you just have to try to give yourself, you have to give the couple an opportunity to try to get away from what's happening, as difficult as that might be. That's like step number one for a couple that's in a high profile situation like that. If they are both on the same page with trying to turn things around.
Yeah, I mean, he apologized, you know, and he says he's devastated. You know, is there a way this couple can put things back together?
And you know, that's transparency is important, and that is the first step. And there are 3 steps that a couple will typically go through when they're going through an affair recovery case. And the first one is the honesty. They have to come out and share pretty much everything. You know, the only thing that we eliminate is just talking about the intimate moments. But anything outside of the intimacy, you have to be able to tell, hey, when I told you I was here, I was really there. You know, when I said this is what was really happening. So you have to be honesty. And then accountability. This is tough for the betrayer. They have to give you access to everything. Phone, passwords, emails, everything that tracking locations. It just went as far as that. But you have to be able to give that to your partner to be able to help them see, not just hear, but they have to see that I can trust my partner moving forward. And then it's just the time. It's going to take months, you know, to years to be able to get through a healing process.
Can therapy really help?
Therapy definitely helps. What research will tell us is that those that go through a good affair recovery case come out stronger than they were before the affair. And so it takes, you know, we can give that second chance if the couple, if both individuals are really there. But what we do know is that if you go through a really good process, you can learn a lot that, you know, you might not have understood before the affair, that you can really learn how to be there for each other after the affair.
All right, well, a little unscripted question for you, and kind of a societal perspective of this. I mean, the focus has been on the guy, shaming the man and making him be the one that's accountable and responsible. The woman was married too.
She was married as well.
What's up, folks at home? Why are we not criticizing her just as hard?
And the same goes to her and her partner as well. You know, what do they do with what just was exposed? Do both individuals, can they come to the table and say, hey, we're going to figure this out no matter what, let's go ahead and start therapy and start turning things around? I mean, it was just a big ordeal. I work with cases like this all the time. It don't have this type of publicity, but it's the same dynamics where one person get called and they go tell the other person's partner, and you know, you got a whole ordeal that's happening. But it just really boils down to, can we cut out all of that external gossip, and can we just focus on us? We might have to go off to a retreat just to ourselves with everything shut off for several weeks and really just focus on the marriage and turn things around.
All right, well, Charlie, let's go through that roadmap one more time, because of course there is hope out there. You know, everybody is human. You make mistakes. Let's assume that we want to get things back on track.
Right.
Let's go through that checklist again.
It definitely comes with that honesty first and foremost. You know, being able to just let your partner know everything, you know, beside the intimate moments. It does take the accountability. I have to be able to give that access to my partner, passwords, location, everything, and then it will take a lot of time to be able to turn things around. So it takes a lot of grace and patience.
And as Charlie said, therapy can help.
Definitely.
All right, well, boy, this has been a hot topic around the water cooler,
Ooh.
let me tell you.
It has been.
But there is hope out there.
It
Great
is.
to see you, Charlie.
Good being
Appreciate
here.
it. If this segment hit a little too close to home, don't hesitate to ask for help. It can get better. Just reach out to Charlie and his team of licensed therapists at the Arkansas Relationship Counseling Center by simply scanning the QR code on your screen or by visiting arkansasrelationshipcenter.com. Now up next, 2 standout performances from the cast of Newsies Jr. at the Royal Theater.